Hello, my amazing artists, and today we are going to be taking our op art projects and coloring them in. We're going to be using a checkerboard pattern, which is very common in op art. Neither of these examples here are completed, so hold on to your hats for the directions. You can see that we're using Sharpie marker for our coloring today, and if you have any tracing left over to finish on your project, make sure that if you're tracing straight lines you use a ruler. Alright, let me show you. Another thing to note, you see I have my little messy matte paper here. You can get a piece of free draw to put underneath your paper so you don't get so much Sharpie on the table. It's also easier to go off the edge that way. Alright, so let's take a look. This project here, let's zoom. This project here, I started to show you how proper planning is used when you are coloring in a checkerboard. See, op art is meant to be an illusion to your eyes, guys, and every year, in every class, I have at least one student who comes up to me and says, "Miss Rinko, I made a mistake when I was coloring and I colored in the wrong spot." Well, that won't happen if you take the time to plan first. And it starts with this center shape. Okay, you can see I started here, okay, and then I just went around the shape and I skipped. This is colored, so this one won't be. So this one was colored, so this one won't be. And so on until I go all the way around the shape, and I only got to color this one spot on the inside shape. But look what I did to remind myself for later on. I added these little lines. It's the best way to do it, my friends. Another thing you should notice while you are working, taking a Sharpie marker, going really slow around the edges, before you start to fill it in. The easiest way to make clean coloring or good craftsmanship when you're coloring is to go in lines. So you trace next to the shape or next to the line, and then you color it in with lines, okay? And then you can go around, and once you've done that first shape, you can start making your marks. You can see here, this one was an empty space in the first shape. So this would be colored in. This would be blank, then this would be colored in. And I can go around and do that to all of them. Let's see, if this is colored in, this is blank. Then this should be colored in. Let me mark it. Then this should be blank. We're still going all the way to the edge, guys, so I have a tiny little space over here that I'm going to mark. This is empty, so this should be, I hope you're saying it out loud, colored in. This should be empty, so this should be colored in. And I go all the way around. Another good trick, if you're feeling for a challenge, is to use the Sharpie pen to go next to the lines, the Sharpie marker to go next to the lines slowly. But then, if you would like to use the chisel tip Sharpies to color it in, these have a thicker line to them and it might go a little bit faster for you. Remember to color in lines. They're the neatest way to color things in. Now, because it's got a thicker tip, it's easier for it to go outside the line, so you want to go really slow. Sometimes it's hard for me to see if I'm coloring that way, and I like to turn my paper while I'm working so I can really see the line that I'm drawing up next to. Boys and girls, I hope you had fun with this project and coloring in your checkerboard pattern. Go slowly, take your time, and do your best. Have a great day. Happy creating.